Hello there, welcome to Proper Dubai, where we give you the most accurate, the most comprehensive and the most down-to-earth reviews on everything Dubai and Abu Dhabi. My name is Stuart Matthews and today we're in Dubai to look at this, Emirates Business Class. I'm obviously already on board and we're cruising at 38,000 feet over somewhere. Now this is a journey that I've done from the Middle East to the UK a number of times, whether it be Qatar Airways, Etihad or like today Emirates as well. Now the business class experience doesn't just start when you get on board. Now for me it started a number of hours ago here at Emirates Towers, and that just happens to be because I'm staying here at the moment. But the experience starts here because with every business and first class ticket, you get a free chauffeur-driven limousine to and from the airport. Now there are some restrictions on that. For instance, at Heathrow, I know there's a 70-kilometre radius that they'll drop off and pick up. Here in the UAE, they'll pick up anywhere in the UAE as well. Now I've used this service successfully in Malaysia, Singapore and China as well. And they're really reliable and generally they're dead on time. So he's got 2 minutes to show up. In Dubai, the business class chauffeurs use 5 Series BMW estates, which are very comfortable, and there was plenty of space for me and all my luggage. Within a few minutes I was at the dedicated business class drop-off point where porters were waiting to help me with my luggage and whisked me inside to check me in. I was flying from Terminal 3, which is the biggest and most impressive at Dubai Airport. So in many ways, this is really just a massive shopping centre, but everyone loves it. The business class lounge is upstairs and spans near enough the whole length of the terminal building. There's a number of different areas for seating and for food, which makes it a little bit confusing, but in a good way, because around every corner there's something different to explore. I worked here at Dubai Airport for a number of years, and actually one of my projects was to get the first couple of gates ready for the A380 all that time ago in 2005. That was before Emirates had any A380s. A little known fact, it was when I was working here in this terminal about 4 floors below. It's my one and only time I've ever been arrested because I had an out-of-date airside pass, out of date by 1 day. Anyway, I was taken off to see the Chief of Police, who was a very nice chap. We had a chat and a coffee, and within an hour it all got sorted out and I was back to work. There's a huge array of food on offer around the clock and plenty of free-flowing drink options available. There's sleeping areas and working areas, and it even has its own Costa coffee, which tastes even better because it's free. Yeah, this is just one of a number of business class lounges in the different terminals here at Dubai, and they really are very big. And I know what you're thinking, and yes, I do sometimes wear shirts that aren't black. So it's 11 o'clock in the morning and it is very quiet in here at the moment. This can get really busy in the evening and also in the middle of the night as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you from the flight deck. Welcome to the Emirates A380 service going to London Heathrow.
just after takeoff, your tablet is magically unlocked for use. I must admit, I found it a bit clunky and heavy, although it is very clear and responsive, and it controls all of the information and entertainment system. But the entertainment system on board, I think, is one of the best. A huge selection of modern and old films, including lots of television programs. Because this tablet was so heavy, I ditched it and moved on to the smaller controller that's right next to the seat. This mimics many of the same functions, but is really handy for choosing music and radio options. You can also play games on it, similar to using your mobile phone, but because of the small size of the screen, I think you'd only really be happy with doing that if you are under a certain age. I'm not under that certain age, so I resorted back to the big screen, which seemed easiest. The noise-cancelling headphones work really well to reduce the cabin noise, as long as you remember to turn them on. And if you can't find any entertainment you're looking for, you can always resort to using the onboard internet, but I found that really quite slow. So next to your seat as well, at least there's some power sockets and some USB chargers as well, so at least you can charge on the go. Next to this is your own soft drink minibar and free socks and eye shades above. But disappointingly, no amenity kit, not on this flight. And these are only given out apparently these days on nighttime flights, which is a bit of a shame. So the great thing about the seats here, especially the ones next to the window, is you do end up with like your own private compartment away from the aisle as well. But these are the most popular ones, so if you're going to book, you do have to book early. At the rear of the upper deck is one of the highlights of the Emirates A380 Business Class experience, which is the walk-up bar.
Sometimes it's just outright hard. And lately you've been feeling dizzy, spinning all around trying to find.
There's a full selection of drinks on offer, and a member of the cabin crew who's ready to mix and prepare whatever you want. I think this is a great place to stretch your legs and maybe have a pre-dinner drink, and maybe also meet up and have a chat to others on board. The other highlight is definitely the food, and the menu I thought was varied and interesting and catered for lots of different tastes. The champagne being served on this flight was Veuve Clicquot, one of my favourites, but I am aware Emirates rotate and change the type throughout the year. There's a good selection of red and white wines from around the world, and obviously lots of different choices of soft drinks and cocktails made at the bar to order.
Honey, don't you go with throwing.
The service of the food starts with a traditional tablecloth setting.
It's funny.
I went for the carrot and ginger soup with a Pinot Noir from the USA, like you do, followed by the grilled veal steak, which was perfectly cooked and a very generous portion, to say the least. I decided then to go with the cheese board, and obviously you can't eat cheese without a glass of Graham's 1994 single harvest tawny port, can you? No YouTube flight review is ever complete without showing the business class toilet, which is about the same as any other toilet on board an aircraft, except it's got fresh flowers, some aftershave, and a few more things you can steal and take home with you. So after lunch, one thing you do get is some chocolates, which is very good as well. If you don't get those, you can always go to the bar and pick up some M&Ms or even peanuts as well. So between all the eating, drinking and watching a film or two, before I knew it, we were descending over Essex, and after a couple of trips around the Lambourne VOR holding pattern, I got a great view of London and the Thames before landing at Heathrow. Although those fluttering ailerons looked a bit concerning to me, but I think it was completely normal and I don't think anyone else noticed. I must say, I do really like Emirates Business Class. I think the service on board is great, and I always feel that there's something dynamic about Emirates, which also shows through in the attitude of the cabin crew, in some ways similar to Virgin. I think I've got enough carry-on. Last one off the plane, just because of the amount of luggage I've got. Anyway, it was a good journey, fairly quiet. Welcome to London. Thanks for Emirates once again for a great flight and looking after me so well. And if you're heading to Dubai or even further afield, Emirates in my mind is a great choice either in business class or economy. And I'm sure it won't be long before I'm on board with them again. So I managed to find the chauffeur driven car place and they're just loading the bags. So I've got a 60-minute drive before I get home to my home in Essex. So I think I'll sign off here. It was not a bad trip, a little bit tired now, just starting to get dark. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please check out the other ones on my channel, which are reviews of things to do and hotels all around Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And sometimes London as well. And if you're feeling really brave, please hit subscribe. So from a slightly dark and damp Terminal 3, see you next time.